I remember with fondness some of the Christmas concerts I was a part of when I was a little child, and usually wherever I was living, the concerts usually were probably in the local lodge or in the school. It was wherever ever there was a stage that the concert was held, and usually there were the whole community would come out and they would gather to support it, and but there were always hitches along the way. The At some point during the concert, usually the screen broke down, and someone from the audience, they had to come up and they had to spend some time to fix that, and we got underway again. And there were always little things like, I remember Frankie. He was so nervous that he threw up before he went out to say his part, and Gladys, she couldn't get a word out at all, and Reggie, well, he just stood there and cried. And the highlight of the event, the highlight of the evening, of course, was Santa's visit. We would all pile on stage, everyone would pile on stage, and we would sing Frosty the Snowman first, and then Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And then Santa's cue was Jingle Bells, and we really dug into that because we knew Santa was on the way. I went to this school when I was a little boy in grade 2, and I was upstairs on stage at the concert, and we were singing Jingle Bells. And so a little boy in grade 2, he heard a little thing, he heard the words differently. The words are dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. Well, I heard the words dashing through the snow in a one-horse sloping sleigh. And I always wondered, as a little boy, what was a horse and what was a sloping sleigh? But that aside, we were really digging into Jingle Bells because we knew Santa was close. We heard the bells jingling out in the porch, and then we heard this loud knock, and Santa come bursting through the door, sack on his back, and usually he had a broom or a mop too, pounding that on the floor. And he didn't say ho ho ho, but rather this high-pitched Merry Christmas. And he would go running through the room. I was scared to death. And he would run over and he would probably kiss an elderly lady, and then he would tip the cap off one of the seniors, and then he would go up on stage to give out the gifts. And I would pray, oh God, hopefully one of my teachers are going to give me my gift, and not Santa, because I was so scared of him. As I was thinking about those things this week, it was a sense of joy, and I had a smile on my face, and it was wonderful thinking about them. And I'm thinking sometimes, in the work that I do in faith, sometimes I get bogged down with, theories and theologies. For instance, theories like this time of year, the wise men, where did they come from, and who were they, and what about the star, and what was that all about, and the virgin birth, and what about all that? And sometimes, to be honest, getting bogged down in theories and theologies and faith can be real joy killers. I mean, the angel said, "Behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy." Paul says one of the fruits of the Spirit is joy. Jesus says, "I've come that you may have life and have it to the full." This time of year, Christmas, and indeed Easter, Jesus comes along, the baby comes along, and it reminds me that God is present with us, that faith works, that God works, and that's important. Theologies and theories, yeah, they have their place, but they're not as important as believing. They're not as important as enjoying. Getting bogged down and tied up in those things sometimes takes away from some of the important things. And I'm sort of unlearning some of those things and learning perhaps it's the simple things, like believing and like finding joy in faith, that are the most important things. And in a way, over the last few days, in a small way, that was taught to me by a little boy up there in grade 2, singing a song. His heart was full of joy. He believed in God. He didn't need it all explained to him. Neither did he need to explain to him what a horse and slope and sleigh meant. And after a little while, he figured it out. And sometimes it's like our faith. Sometimes there are things that perhaps we get wrong. That's okay. And sometimes we may figure them out, and that's okay too. But the gift, the important thing, is believing and finding the joy in those things. Be blessed and have a great week.